This is a podcast. Thoughts, views, and comments are just fun. We're just having a good time. Do not take us serious. Do not get offended. And if you do get offended, we are sorry in advance because we're just having fun on the podcast and trying to make entertainment for all. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the show. I hate my voice. Welcome to the Marcy Diamond Show. I am Ras Mixx. I am here with Kinshok and the greatest person we know, Marcy Diamond. How you ladies doing tonight?
Super.
Oh, TV Blacks, what's up? That's my guy right there. Make sure you share the stream. I've been checking you out lately. So, we back. What's today?
What the hell? LeBron James reveals that he's retiring with the Golden State Warriors. What?
That can't be real. Check the source. Is that Ball Sack Sports?
This is Microsoft, the Sportist. He said that he would like to retire with them. He likes that team.
He wants to retire on the same team as his son. His son is at least 2 years away from the league.
Holy cow. Amazing.
Because his son is going to USC next year to play basketball, and I'm pretty sure he's only going to stay there for a year. And LeBron's probably going to get released and go to wherever team he's on. So,
is his son good?
Yeah, he's good. I don't know. I mean, but he's good, and he has a great name to go with it. So, if he was named Billy Jack Horner, I don't know how far he'd be ranked. But when you're LeBron James Jr.,
I like that.
That carries a lot of weight to it.
Right.
How are you, Kinshok? What you been up to?
I'm okay. I haven't been up to much. Just got swamped at work today, but
just wowing away over there.
Yeah, I actually dinged level 50 today.
Hey, put in the comments if you want to see Kinshok start streaming herself playing the video games. Put in the comments right now. We need to know. I say she should. Marcy said the same.
Yeah.
Put in the comments if you want to see Kinshok start streaming and playing video games, and we want to see her daily life on stream. And if you're watching them, comment. And if you're watching on Twitter, make sure you get those hearts a pumping on there. Hit the screen, get the hearts pumping on there. Share it, retweet it, all that good stuff. You watch it on YouTube, subscribe to whatever channel you watch it to. Comment, ask us anything. Share it. Tell your friends about us. Marcy Diamond's live.
Tell your mama.
Tell your mama. Where should we start tonight?
Well, I'd say the biggest news all over is about that submarine.
This is a case of when you had too much money and you don't know what to do.
And I heard that submarine was not approved.
It looked like something that somebody built in their garage because it has no emergency system whatsoever. It doesn't even look comfortable to sit in because you can't stand up or anything. You got to just be sitting on your butt.
How do you go to the bathroom in there?
They have a mini toilet in there. It's pretty much a bucket with a seat on it.
Wonderful.
The screen to look out of is about that big. So if you're not in the right spot, you're not seeing nothing anyway. They say the trip down takes about 8 hours to get down there. None of this sounds fun.
Nope.
None of this sounds like wow, let's do this. No, none of that sounds any good. It's not even a real submarine. It's what do they call it? Submersive. What do you call it, Kinshok?
I don't know.
Submersible. Vehicle. I don't know, but $250,000 to go on it.
Each person.
I'm pretty sure the waivers you have to
5
sign.
People on there.
I'm pretty sure the waivers you have to sign to get on there are ridiculous. You pretty much sign your life away.
You have to hold them harmless should anything happen to you completely.
Yeah.
Pay to go rescue them.
Who's paying?
The American taxpayer is paying to go search for them.
We pay for so much unnecessary stuff already.
Yep.
It's just normal now.
Because I think I think it's the Navy that's looking for them.
More than likely, that's the
And we fund the Navy, and so I'm just. But I don't think we would have heard anything about this had that been 5 scientists.
True.
5 scientists wouldn't get in a little boat like that and do that because they think they look at
I agree, but the reason we're hearing about it is because there's at least one billionaire and his son in this thing. And as of yesterday, they said they only had like 40 hours worth of air left.
Yep.
I think it's down to like 20 now.
Yeah. So I'm just like, what are these people? They're probably panicking. And so they're probably hyperventilating, which is not helping the oxygen.
My mom said even the submarine could have already bust apart or bust in half already.
Yeah, because they don't know what happened. They just know it's down there.
Yeah, from the water pressure. That's why it takes so long to get down there, because they have to keep repressurizing things from the inside to match the outside. Because as you go down, that's why we don't know what's on the bottom of the ocean, because we can't build anything durable enough to withstand the pressure, because it like exponentially
gets... And that's why we should leave it alone.
Exactly. I've seen pictures of the Titanic on the internet. Why couldn't he just Google it like everybody else?
And I said, do bodies float? Don't bodies float? And she's like, not in cold water.
No, like, they just go straight to the bottom.
Well, dang.
Yeah, you pretty much see. This is why I don't mess in water.
Me
Especially
neither.
the ocean.
No.
Like,
I hate the ocean.
See, Marcy, you're in Florida. I'm pretty sure you've seen the ocean at night, and you just look out there and just see nothing. And you have no idea what's underneath 2 feet under the water, much less 2 miles. Robert says, sounds almost like a SpaceX trip to me. You never know what happened. I would say going underwater is scarier than going in space. To me. Because
I don't know. I think I disagree. By the vessel that I'm in breaking apart, be it going up or going down, in the water you're more likely to be crushed. But going up into space, you're liable to explode. So I mean, either way, you're dead.
I mean, but if you had to choose, Kinshok, we're gonna see you in the space, we're gonna see you underwater. You got to pick one or the other.
Which one are you? I pick space.
Okay, because we don't know what's under there. Like we don't know what's down there.
And also, depending on how far down you are, you might not be able to hold your breath long enough to swim to the top. And I have a terrible fear of drowning.
There's no, once you're down that far, there's no getting out and trying to swim to. You're not going to make it. So you just gotta come to the fact that this is it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you're going up into space, more than likely what's going to happen is an explosion.
Yeah, you don't see that coming. It's just instant.
Yeah, it just boom happens, and
with underwater, you're going to see what's coming. You know that this is it. I can't get out. We're stuck. The air's going to last 2 more minutes, and I'm gonna suffocate sitting here with these 4 of the guys.
I do hope they find them, though. I really do, because I mean, I don't think they have learned any lesson. Like, you know, what good things you could do with $250,000. But I don't wish death on anybody. So
okay, but if you find them, if they do find them, what could they do though? The air is probably gonna be, done. You're gonna try to bring them up. You can't bring them up fast. It's gonna take another 8 hours to get them back up here.
Well, I think they can bring them up faster than the 8 hours, because going down you have to repressurize. Coming up, you have to do the same thing, but I think they can bring them up faster. But apparently, like the internet or whatever communication they had on there, they shut it off.
They probably still have to conserve power to keep the systems going. But like, if you come up too fast, you're still gonna die.
Not if they have a chamber available like right away. If they pull them up and they have like chambers available for those 5 people, they can put you in a pressurization chamber that's what they use to counteract what they call the bends.
Yeah,
And
that's why I don't mess with scuba diving. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I don't know how to swim anyway, so
me neither.
I'm not messing with it.
I'm
too
an
much that can
excellent
go
swimmer,
wrong.
but I don't want to go scuba diving
I
because
can swim, but I'm not scuba diving.
well, I got away from it because I used to be so small that the gear probably weighed more than I did.
Oh yeah, that's some heavy gear.
So, you know,
I'm retweeting the show.
So I don't know what's how to describe it. So why would you want to go see the Titanic's been down there for how long? I mean, what are you actually seeing when you go down there? Like the Titanic, it's a boat that fell apart and is on the bottom of the ocean. Is old and rusty. I can see if it was intact and you could see the dining room and the chandelier. No, you're not seeing none of that.
well, if you're able to go in, some of that is still intact because they've actually brought stuff up from the Titanic. But what they're gonna see on the outside, because they're not small enough to go inside, and they have no, from my understanding, no way to maneuver this little thing. They can't drive it. So, just look online like everybody else. Look
Wait,
at
hold
the
on, I'm gonna show you.
pictures.
They can drive it. They got one of these driving it. Hold on, I'm gonna show you.
I don't.
They got one of these. That's how they're driving it.
I know. I saw that.
They
Oh,
have
it's so
one of
stupid.
these controlling a submarine. Can you imagine your life being dependent on something like this?
Can you believe that?
Hey, I would survive
Your life
because
is
I know how to
dependent on
work
this.
one of those.
Do they charge it enough? Do they got enough batteries? I mean, that's what my big concern. Like, there's no. I mean, even if I agreed to do it, once I got there and saw it and was like, "Wait, this is it? I gotta." No, I can't do it. I'm sorry. How many times have they done this trip? That's what I want to know.
In this particular vessel, I don't think ever. I
Did
think
you
this was
hear
like the first one.
that there were whistleblower complaints about this already
I'm
from
pretty sure.
staff members in 2017, 2018 that said it was too dangerous and that something tragic was going to happen if they didn't fix things, and they didn't. And the fact that the submarine was not tested, wasn't approved by anybody. So,
And like I said, it looked like somebody built in their garage and was like, "We're going to use this to take people down to the ocean."
yeah.
But 2 miles deep in the ocean.
And then they said those people are screwed anyways, because even if they find them, they don't have anything that can go down and pick them up. And that there's 12 bolts on the outside of it. So you would have to have somebody down there on the outside of it to take off the 12 bolts and set them free. So they're just screwed, basically. They're just fucked. Even if they find them, they're fucked.
I think they might have them because there's been vessels that have gone down that far. But I don't know that it would be able to pull something back up. It's not designed for that. It's designed to just, look around. So they have sent people that they have vessels that are built for this because they've sent people down there because otherwise we wouldn't have the pictures.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they hooked something to it, like if they connected to this vessel, if they would be able to pull it back up. I don't know that the cabling and that's another thing. All the vessels they've sent down there have been on like cables that they could just start, pulling it back up.
Yeah.
It was not a genius idea to go down there alone.
It's just madness. And like I've seen Expedition Unknown. I was binging that, and they showed like a little mini submarine, and he had a Xbox controller controlling it, but wasn't nobody in it. It went down by itself, and he was making fun of it, like, you're using that to control it, and like these guys have a whole, like, how could you in good conscience take somebody's money and take them down this sub knowing that it's not even a sub. It's like, how could you in good conscience sell those tickets to do that?
Yep.
Have you ever met any rich people?
What's up, Rod? How you doing?
They're very pushy and demanding.
Yeah.
And if you don't do what they say, like, look, just shut up and take my money. That's literally what rich people say to people. And it's like, I don't care, but it could be dangerous. I don't care. Just give me the
Get it
waiver.
done.
I'll sign it. Here's the money.
Let's
Take me
get it
down.
done. Yep.
Yep.
Well, then, if that was the case, I wouldn't let them take it on their own. Here you go.
Oh wait,
Here you go.
the dude that built it is on there with them? I didn't know that.
Yeah. The CEO.
Oh, he's another rich dude.
Yep.
So he don't count.
Well, like I said, it's people with too much money who don't know what to do with it, and they're building these machines not really tested. Like I said, built in their garage. Probably didn't design it well at all. I mean, 8 hours to go under the ocean.
8 hours to get
8
down
hours.
there. Unbelievable.
Nah,
Nope.
nah. There's not. You couldn't pay me to do it.
Yep.
That's one. Now I agree with Kinshok. That's one thing I would not have a price on. There's no price. I don't have a price on that. There's nothing you could pay me to go down there and do that.
Yeah, and I'm extremely claustrophobic. So, I mean, getting on a plane is difficult for me simply because it's enclosed. And a plane is pretty open.
Yeah, it's pretty open.
You're not putting me in a cracker box and dropping me in the ocean.
Like you're cramped up in there. Like you can't stretch out. You just in there. Sitting like bunched up together.
Wow, they lost contact with its support ship Sunday about an hour and 45 minutes into its dive. That's crazy. If they've got 8 hours and they lost contact that soon in, that's unbelievable.
That may be when they turned the internet communication stuff off.
Because
it said that they turned that off. So I don't know when, but I feel sorry for the people. I hope they find them. But why is this the top of the news?
Because
it's a billionaire missing.
It's a wild story that people were actually doing this.
They said they're hearing noises in the area, and they detected underwater noises in the area. Navy acoustic analysts were studying the sounds, which were heard again Wednesday. So they're sending everybody over to where the noises were heard by another submarine, but they're not having any luck.
It's all bad.
My suggestion would be to look for areas where there's like mass exodus of the fish.
Yeah.
Because something like that is going to disrupt their, normal migration or whatever. They're going to get away from that. So if you find an area where there's like no fish, I'd start looking there.
Mm-hmm. They're hearing banging noises. They said there's a good chance the banging noises heard by search crews came from the submersible. Wow.
I mean,
good news and bad news.
The fish will probably get away at first, but if it's just sitting there, just sitting still, they'll go swimming right back around it. Like if you had a fish tank, you got a bunch of fish in there. If you threw something in there, they'll all avoid it until it settles, and then once it's not moving no more, they just go right back around and like, okay, this is here now. The humans are dumping something else on us. Shit, here we go again. Especially if it's by the Titanic.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with suggestions for these people because it seems like it's a lost cause, and that's sad because
it is. I mean, there's no solution to get them out of there, get them out of there, and they can all safely return.
It says, in addition to oxygen possibly running out, the vessel has probably lost power, meaning it's dark and cold inside. It could be barely above freezing. God.
That is the worst death possible. Like, you're in a cramped space, freezing, and the air about to run out. Like, it couldn't get any worse.
And possibly not able to find that tiny bathroom.
I'm just pissing myself at that point.
Yeah.
Like what? I'm get up for what? You stink. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's how you gonna be. Like, you stink. I don't give up. We're dead. Kiss my ass.
This is here where it is. Ocean Gate's director of marine operations wrote an engineering report in 2018 that said the craft under development needed more testing, and passengers might be endangered when it reached extreme depths, according to a lawsuit filed that year in U.S. District Court in Seattle. They sued Lockridge, I guess the guy that was on board, accusing him of breaching a non-disclosure agreement, and he filed a counterclaim alleging he was wrongfully fired. Oh, they fired the whistleblower for raising concerns about testing and safety. The case was settled in an undisclosed term several months after it was filed. His concerns,
he said,
huh?
Oh, no, this guy says it's only me watching. Well, good. I'm the only biggest fan.
Yeah, but more people watch after that, babe. More people tune in after.
Just let him have his moment. Let him have his comedy moment. Let him have his moment. You know. Just let him have his moment. You're my only fan. Thank you. Check my subscribers. Dumbass.
Thanks, babe.
Thanks a lot. Now, what were you saying? The whistleblower got fired.
And then it said his primary concerns focused on the company's decision to rely on sensitive acoustic monitoring, cracking or popping sounds made by the hull under pressure to detect flaws rather than any scan of the hull. Lockridge said the company told him no equipment existed that could perform such a test on the 5-inch thick carbon fiber hull. So they were just like, well, we can't test it, so we're using it. Anyways, go on about your day. You're fired.
Would I like it? Why don't I donate it? What? Yeah, donate. You see the Cash App, or you just share it.
That didn't make any sense, but anyway.
My question, or well, my concern is, what if they don't all, if they do pass away, what if they don't all pass away at the same time? What if you're like the last one alive and you're like surrounded by 4 other dead people?
That would suck.
Yes, majorly.
He said either you drown, freeze, or freeze to death or suffocate. You're gonna just freeze to death and suffocate because no water's probably getting in unless the thing implodes on itself.
Yeah, it might start sinking because of the weight, and then the pressure gets too great and it just will crumple in.
Like, none of this sounds like a good idea to have your own built submarine to go. Sometimes they do it just to go 100 feet under the ocean just to see the little fish in the reefs. But to go 2 miles deep is just ridiculous. What is this guy talking about? I saw your video saying Kanye don't care about black, but I think that's a lie. We're not even talking about that right now. He's talking about an old video I got. Well, do you have anything to say about the submarine?
Well, Kanye did say that, but anyway. He said that Bush, right? Was it Bush? Didn't care about it?
No, that's a recent video when Kanye was talking about Nazis are good people.
Oh, yeah.
I made a video about that.
Holy cow.
Seemed like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Right.
What was that, last year?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Robert.
He said either way they're screwed. They are screwed. They're done for. It's nothing. Like I said, they're just doing a recovery mission now, if anything, just to get the bodies. And I hate to sound like so harsh, but it's a recovery mission now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who?
He's talking about Kanye. Okay.
Okay.
He's still mentally ill. So.
Yep.
Okay, good for Kanye.
True. I guess if you have millions, it doesn't matter what the fuck you say or do, right? You just still got millions.
Well, speaking of somebody having millions to do what they want to do, Russell Simmons.
I don't know. He claims he's broke.
He's broke how? Like,
He says Kimura and her ex-husband screwed him out of millions.
yeah, her ex-husband did get charged with that and found guilty of embezzling some of his money, but he was up towards $1 billion. And let's play the video.
All right.
I gotta get the video.
The one where he's screaming and you can't hear it.
No, I'm finna play Kimura.
But he says in the video where he's screaming, "I'm broke."
Oh shoot! Sorry, Kinshok.
How I feel, what I think. But I met this person when I was in high school in St. Louis, Missouri. I was modeling. I was 16 years old. Like, I've known you, and everybody knows. Again, that's documented. You can see. I believe I was maybe a sophomore. I know it was before junior prom and senior prom because I went to both of those proms alone with my friends when I was dating them. So it was definitely long before junior and senior prom. I think it was around sophomore year of high school. And again, everybody knows.
I just want to say something real quick. We let people get away with too much stuff in the 90s. Too much stuff happened in the 90s that nobody said anything about.
Oh, you should have been around for the 80s.
Jeez, what happened? What was like? Yeah, the 80s was even worse.
Yes, they were.
Because
go back and watch a few old shows. You'll be like, you said what on camera?
No, who was the girl from AT? The little girl who's still an actress now. Oh God, what was her name? Help me out. Oh God, I gotta Google it. Hold on.
Yeah, we're both sitting here like crickets. We don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but like the child stars of the 80s, the stuff they used to get into. You're mute, Marcy. Child stars in the 80s used to go to Studio 51. And do you know what used to go on in Studio 51?
Everything.
A lot of cocaine.
Yeah, the 80s was known for cocaine. That and being late for flights. I don't know what it was about people being late for flights.
E.T. Yeah, damn slow.
Oh.
Drew Barrymore. She told stories how she used to smoke weed as a 9-year-old and do drugs, all type of drugs with adults in parties and stuff. The fact that she survived all that is crazy. Wow. Look at the cast of God, I'm drawing blanks today. Gary Coleman, Ty Bridges.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know the show.
Was it
80s
enough?
The world's go to the beat of this one drum.
Was it 8 is enough, or is that different?
No, not 8 is enough.
I can't remember.
Wow,
I can't remember.
Different Strokes.
There you go.
That whole cast was high as hell.
Yeah, Ty Bridges was really a mess.
I'm surprised he's still alive. He's the only one who survived all that nonsense.
Well, I don't know. Gary Coleman had a disease, didn't he?
You know how I feel about Gary Coleman. Don't get me started on that story again.
Oh, well, I don't want to get you started on the story. I heard he was a jerk. I don't know for sure, but maybe he deserved to be thrown down them stairs. I don't know.
Yeah, his wife killed him. That's what they've been saying. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm sorry.
My life, they know. I was walking around. They see me. The point of it is, I've known you a long time, and I've seen lots of stuff, and I just choose to not go there. Lots of things that I could say over the time. I'm typically the one that he and others would call to have their back, right? I'm the one that they would call to solidify everything, to validate everything. If you always look, whenever they get into trouble, they always want to hop up on the live and do a half screen with me. Again, this was years ago because we don't speak now. But, you know, I'm always the one that kind of puts out the fire. I'm also the one that always runs to the defense of all my friends. So if you see any other women, certainly women that I've come up with, certainly women that are mothers of my other of my kids that I love, I come to their defense. So if they're down and out or something's wrong, yeah, you're always going to see Kimora, big mouth me, running up to the gate, running up.
Okay, that didn't really say much. I thought she said more in that clip, but pretty much she knows where the bodies are buried with Russell Simmons, and he was dating her when she was 16 years old, and that's why I said too much stuff happened in the 80s and 90s that nobody was just saying nothing. Like, how you be in a club and see somebody come in with a 16-year-old girl? And it's like, oh, okay, that's just Russell. You know what I'm saying? That's just wild.
That's just how it was.
She also said she was drinking after she made ET. She was probably drinking during ET. Like, this guy's talking about mega church. We're not going to talk about. We talked about mega churches before. We're not going to get into that. Is this podcast support LGBTQ? What are you getting? What are you on, bro? But thank you for watching. Share the podcast. You're muted, Marcy.
What would we need to do to support it? Like, we don't say anything like you can't watch, so I don't understand. I don't understand that one.
Thanks for the comments, because you just, giving us attention. So thank you. But
thank you, darling.
So Russell Simmons is a creep. He's been a creep, allegedly, because I don't want him trying to sue me. And don't you remember a few years back when he got exposed one time and he just flew to Bali and disappeared?
Yeah. And he started doing yoga?
Yeah, he's always been a big yoga guy, but he's like went to Bali and tried to be a yogi and teach yoga to Bali people, like
crazy.
Because the charges were coming up again against him for sexual harassment and rape and underage girls, and allegedly. And he flew the country, left everything, and just left the country.
I don't really recall that, but
I don't recall it either. But it seems that creeps seem to think if they go to other countries that they'll get away with the crimes they commit.
Well, he did. I mean, he was getting accused of a lot of stuff.
That was aimed at somebody else, but.
Oh, geez. But no, he was getting accused of stuff, and he just, because he was doing, this is back when he was trying to do Def Comedy Jam again. They was bringing that back, and he had All Def Digital on YouTube, and I was jumping off. He was making the appearances on there all the time, and all of a sudden, like one day, the charges came. Like people were like start accusing him of stuff, and he just dropped everything and left.
So this is not the 2020 thing that happened?
No, this is before 2020.
Well, apparently there were more allegations in 2020.
Yeah, and he was overseas, and he went somewhere they didn't have extradition, so he just laid low for a couple years, probably doing Lord knows what in these other countries, and now he's making an appearance again. Everybody's talking about him again. Is he in the U.S. now, or is he still over in Bali?
I think he's here. Let me see if it tells where he's at.
Well, if anything, I'm pretty sure he's gonna fly again because the charges starting to come up again.
Right.
Because he's always
like
been
a maniac, though.
He looks what?
He looked like a maniac screaming at her on the phone.
Let me see if I can find that clip.
Yeah, see if you can see him screaming at her on FaceTime to Aoki. He's like, some lip reader was reading it, and he's like, "I'm broke because of your mom," and he's screaming at her. He's like, and she said, "Dad, she said you're trying to make me pay for what happened between you two, and I have nothing to do with it. And every time I talk to you, you're screaming at me about my mother and calling her a piece of shit." And he was like, "She is a piece of shit." Like, wow.
Yeah, the article I read said that one of the daughters said that he has mental illness, and I'm like, I don't know, but
Oh my god! Talk too much yourself. I'll find
This
out.
one says Russell Simmons unmuted. Oh, it's somebody saying I'm your father. Blah blah blah. It's not real. But yeah, Russell Simmons apologized to daughters. Wow. Yeah, he's screaming though. See him? That's him screaming at his daughters, like going bananas. But she muted it, so you couldn't hear what he said. Luckily for him. But he looks mad as hell.
I mean, but he does have a point though. I mean, his ex-wife did get caught embezzling his money. I don't know if he's broke. He's probably broke for somebody that was close to a billionaire and probably has like a couple million left, you know.
I'm sorry, but the dog started barking right at the right time when he was just like, and then you hear bark.
You know, just like people were saying MC Hammer was broke, you know. Yeah, he was broke to what he had, but he still was able to survive and live.
I don't know. I will never see rich. I'm barely
never.
seeing comfortable. Oh, on a side note, this is totally unrelated, but I found a great new restaurant. It's called Tacos and Tequila.
Whoa. Back up. It's called what?
Tacos and Tequila.
Where's this place located?
It's in Verona in the strip mall by Festival Foods. And their tacos are actually pretty good. You've been to Enrique's, right?
Nope.
Be still my heart. But if you ask for lettuce and tomatoes, it's going to look really funky. But if you just don't mind picking around and eating it, it's really good. But they wouldn't let me take the tequila out of the building.
Well, of course not. You just can't walk out.
I know. But
so, do you think this is going to be a thing that they get Russell Simmons canceled finally? Or, because, I don't really believe in cancellation, but do you think this is going to be something to get him up out of here or get some charges set on him?
Nah. I don't think so. I really don't.
I mean, what's the statute of limitation on dating a 16-year-old?
Holy cow.
it's expired by now. Why? Probably, because that would be a statutory rape charge. Most is 5 years, I think.
I remember being in high school, and my friend was like, oh, I'm dating a 27-year-old. She was 16, and I just remember thinking nothing of it. Like, oh, wow. That's cool. He's way older, but...
See, that's disgusting. Because I remember when, there's always the girl in high school who had an old boyfriend and be like, the most guys would be like, yo, he's a loser. I'm like, oh, you're a loser. He's smart. I'm like, he can't get a girl his own age. He has to go to high school to get a girlfriend in his 20s. He's a loser. Oh, y'all just hating. He got his shit together. He got a car, an apartment. Of course, he's a grown-ass man. And like I said, too much stuff happened in the 90s. Wasn't nobody trying to protect him?
What do you mean happened in the 90s? It's still happening now. Because they use lines like this. You're so mature for your age. You're not like the other girls. Once you graduate, wait, I'm not graduating college. I'm graduating high school, you idiot. Once you graduate, we can travel the world. And your brain isn't fully developed until you're at least 25.
Yeah.
So to a 16-year-old girl, that sounds like, oh, he really understands me. This is the same girl who cried over macaroni and cheese the day before.
That sounds like something you did. I don't know.
I never cry over macaroni and cheese, no matter how bad it is. I just eat it and say it's macaroni and cheese. It's macaroni and cheese.
It's macaroni and cheese. It's macaroni
Exactly.
and cheese.
But I don't know. I wish some grown man would have tried to talk to my daughter when she was in high school. I would have went to prison. And
If
glad
she let you know.
No, her boyfriend was her age. They've been high school sweethearts, and they still together, thankfully.
Well, I'm very glad for you, because my father would not have been proud of my boyfriend at 14.
How was he? 30 what?
He was 52.
He should have been in jail. He needed to have his dick stomped in. I don't know what these grown.
I never slept with him.
That's not the point. Why is he? There is nothing I could talk to. I'm not 50. There's nothing I could talk to an 18-year-old about.
Right.
There's nothing. We have nothing in common.
Exactly.
There's nothing that we can have a conversation about.
Exactly.
I'm not. See, like, I'm not even friends with my daughter's friends. I'm like, I won't want to talk to you for.
Me either. And it bugs me because I have a friend that parties with her kids and I can't understand it, and smokes weed with them and chills with them and gets drunk with them. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be doing that with your kids.
Are they under 18 or under the age of drinking?
No, they're older, but I just don't understand hanging out with them, because what ended up happening is I knew was gonna happen is she tells me, yeah, I screwed one of my son's friends. Don't tell him though. Don't tell him. I'm like, why am I gonna tell him? But I thought about that. I thought, when you hang out with those kind of people constantly and you're chilling with them always and you don't have any other friends, because she doesn't, something's gonna happen and you're gonna end up.
Well, I don't know. I had other friends, but I used to hang out with my son when they first got their apartments. They moved out, and I'm grown, I'm on my own. I would go over to their houses all the time, but
that's
usually
different.
it was to cook.
Right.
But you're being a mom, not being not being the smoking buddy.
Right.
No, I was offered to smoke.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. My son's like, no, she can't do that because she drove here. But pour her another drink, she'll be fine. So
Robert said some guys are scum. They don't know how to treat it. No, it's not about treating. It's not about treating a lady. It's like, why are you talking to a girl that, like, Al Pacino having a baby? Al Pacino having a baby at 84. Is he 84? Right? And she's like 30 something.
He's 70 something.
Either way, he's old as hell.
Okay, he's too old to be having a baby. I agree.
He's like 84.
And he having a baby with like a 30 something. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, he becomes a father at 83.
Oh, yeah. Ew. That kid's gonna be set in a couple of years.
And like, yeah, she's 29. Oh, I was giving her credit. She's not even 30 yet. Like, why are you letting this old man get on and hump on you?
Maybe she actually likes him, because that's an adult. That's a full-grown, almost 30 adult. Maybe she actually likes him.
Could be.
It's liking is one thing, but if you getting pregnant by somebody in the 80s,
that I don't have any comment on that. Just leave that alone. But I can see where somebody younger might like an older person. I can see that happening. But to bring a kid into this world, that sounds like she's after his money.
Right.
I hope so. She might get something out of it.
No, she won't get anything out of it. The kid will get something out of it, and hopefully she's not the, executor of the trust. Hopefully he put somebody else in charge of that.
Listen.
If you read up on it, though, what I don't understand is my husband wanted to have a kid, and this is like 3 years ago. So I looked up on it, and I'm like, okay, he's 50 years old. I'm older. I'm not saying my age, but I'm older. So I'm like,
you're 34.
Chances, right? You look at the chances of Down syndrome. Not to say something's wrong with a Down syndrome baby, but it's 50% at our age that you're going to have 50% chance. So it's like,
and that's if you survive the pregnancy.
That's scary. Yeah.
And you got to think about you surviving the pregnancy, going through the whole process. Like, that's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of strain on your body. Yeah. For a young woman, it's a lot of strain. Imagine, being in your, 28 like you are, it's gonna be a lot worse. Yeah.
That number just keeps dropping and
Yeah.
dropping. And you'll be a fetus in a minute.
Exactly.
Okay, but I'm not mad at her that much.
I am. If she's just after his money, that's rude.
I'm pretty sure he knows. He has to know.
He was pissed off at her at first, I heard. Somebody said in an article that he was not happy about her being pregnant because that's not what he wanted again at this age. But now he's like, whatever. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
Well,
go
then
with
you
it.
should have invested $1.59 in a condom
Pull
to
out.
prevent that.
Pull out.
I think that's how much they cost. I don't know.
No, that's a lot more than $1.59. But
For one,
who buys one condom?
I don't know. I don't know how condoms work. I was married for a long time.
No, but listen, I got a vasectomy because I do not want to take that chance at her. I mean, I don't want no more kids. I don't
Have you
want to
had
be.
a woman though that's been like, I want a kid with you?
Yes, recently. No,
Yeah.
not with me, but like she was 40 and she was about I want to have more kids. I'm like, are you yuck? Like, no, we're not gonna get along at all because I don't. Why do you want kids at 40?
Don't
Right.
tell them.
Huh?
Don't tell them. Don't tell them you had a vasectomy, and see what they do.
And the
I'm
pregnant.
pregnant. And not by me, you ain't. And then call me so I can call Maury. And please just let me be in the audience. His
Right?
best friend. Yeah.
Shit, if I'm with
Just
someone
like
they end
that.
up pregnant, you just took a lot. I'm like, oh, see ya. I'm out of here. That's
Wouldn't
your
wanna
baby.
be. But you did go back for the follow-up to make sure.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good on you. Because a lot of men don't. And sometimes they don't take. And then they actually are the father.
Mine took because I had a lot of issues with mine. And I would still do it again, goddamn it, just to make sure I want no more kid. Robert Spring says some guys want to put another notch in their belt, say they've done a young girl. Let's look, it's sick if you ask me. Listen, I've always liked older women or right at my age or a little bit younger. I cannot date someone more than 7 or 8 years younger than me. That just feels too creepy.
Yeah.
It feels creepy to me. I'm like, you 30? No, you're not. I don't want to talk to you. No, you're too young. I'm sorry. You look good though. You look good, but no, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I guess that makes me creepy.
Well, you're a cougar, so I mean that's just.
I'm not no cougar. And given the fact that the thing that brought us together was serial killers, that should warn you about both of us. And you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I'm not going to get started on that subject. Because inside joke right there. A big joke at that.
That's crazy because all I watch is the first 48 and like the forensic files and anything to do. I can't stand the shows though that are not real. It has to be real. I can't watch the shows about forensic shit. I can't watch it. What do you call that? The Law and Order? I can't watch it.
SVU and all that type
Right.
of shows.
Oh,
can't watch
Marcy,
it because
you
it's
just
not
drove
real.
a knife into my heart.
But it
No,
has
it's
to
not-
be real. I can't watch anything that's
If
not
you
real.
listen to them, they're based on real stories.
Mm.
If you listen to the fact, like the whole Rihanna thing,
Mm-hmm.
they did that, but they ended it different.
Which Rihanna thing?
Where, wait, it's Rihanna, right? Chris Brown and Rihanna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did that, but they ended it different than the way the actual story ended. The actual story ended that they split up and blah, 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 blah. But in the show, he killed her.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a lot of them are based on actual stories that are in the news. You just have to watch and understand.
And figure it out.
Right. And so a lot of them are based on true stories. But if you want like something, look up the Misery Machine on YouTube. That is real.
Okay.
What's the Misery Machine?
It's a true crime documentary.
No shit.
So we're pubbing other podcast on our show now? Is what we doing?
No, it's not a podcast. It's just like a
I'm messing with you.
retelling
Relax.
okay.
I'm joking.
Because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to let her know that there's real stuff out there that she can listen to.
If you're looking for something to watch From on Amazon Prime. From. It's a very good show. It's about this. People get stuck in this little small town, and at night demons come out. And if you're outside at night, they eat you and they dissect your body.
Oh, so it's Minecraft on Amazon Prime.
Damn. All right.
No, it's a good show. It's a good show.
But that's what the theme of Minecraft is you have to build like a shelter. Otherwise, if you're outside at night in Minecraft, demons come out and eat you.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that was the point of the game. Well, that's pretty much the show because, yeah, it's a good show. There's one season. The second season's on, I think it's Paramount Plus, but you can sign up for that if you have it. Any other good shows, Kinshok?
Oh, I got a ton of them. I'll text them to you later.
No, I'm saying so people can hear. Not asking for me.
I don't have the names right off the top of my head.
And Marcy watches First 48. Do you still watch the Zeus Network?
I used to, but I canceled it as soon as they broke up and there was no more shows coming. I just can't watch baddies, East and West and all that fighting. I can't do that. But I do like reality shows. Like I'll watch the Atlanta Housewives and the New York and the Orange County.
I can't get into that. I never got into any of those reality shows. I never got into Love and Hip Hop. None of that stuff.
I love that.
I don't want to see my rappers that way. I don't want to see my rappers in love. Just let me hear the music. I don't want to see them in love and dealing with,
right.
Not taking out the garbage and bullshit like that. I don't want to see that. Let me be delusional about my rappers. I don't want to see them with the kids, playing with the kids and shit like that. No. Arguing with their mama. I don't want to see that.
True.
Because I'm just weird like that.
That's cute. That's neat. I wish I was that way, that I just want to know them for what they do. That's it.
All right, so bases that we learned this week. No homemade submarines.
I got another one. Coffee house crimes.
Okay. I'll write that down.
So what we learned, no homemade submarines. Avoid the ocean. I'll still go on a cruise, though. I will go on a cruise.
Not me. Mm-mm.
I will go
Where
on a
do
cruise.
you find coffee house crimes at?
YouTube.
Okay.
Russell Simmons is a creep. He has been since the 90s.
He's just now getting found out. Well for a while now.
No, that's the thing. People find out and they get expose him, but then he goes into hiding for like 5 years and then comes back out and like, hey, it's me, Russell Simmons.
Until it blows over.
Hey, it's me, Russell Simmons. Then he gets exposed again. He goes back into hiding.
But what about all the everyday average? What about Joe Schmo? The guy who sits next to you in accounting. He's just as creepy.
Yep. You never know.
How do you combat something that is that pervasive among people?
I don't know.
Because there are women that do that too, that only want the younger men and blah, blah, blah.
I can't imagine that. I'm not trying to disrespect younger men by any means at all. But I've always liked older men, like the gray and sideburns. I like that. I like that shit.
I get it. But I'm talking about these teachers going after these students.
Yeah. I don't get it.
See, I knew something was wrong with him.
I kind of get it.
Hey.
See, I knew something was up with him.
I have no idea what's going on in that picture, but it just doesn't look right.
Right?
It doesn't look right at all, right?
No.
He's doing some type of stretching yoga type technique, and
no, that's
the hell is that?
wrong.
Huh?
Who is that?
That's Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
On the top?
Yeah.
Wow, it looks like some little 12-year-old kid.
Maybe that's why he's chasing young girls, because he's looking like a 12-year-old.
He does some weird, funky shit, man.
He's a creep, allegedly.
Right. Allegedly, he does some weird shit.
South Carolina. Okay. Was it North Carolina or South Carolina? Showing my age again.
South. South.
No, what's the song?
Oh.
No, it's North Carolina.
Oh, is it?
Oh, so on that note,
On that note,
of course, we have Marcy Diamond. You can find her on Twitter at Marcy Diamond 2. Why is it 2? Because the second Twitter, they banned the first one. Also find her TikTok at Marcy Diamond. Check out her website, www.pog.life. I am Ras Mixx. You can find me on YouTube at Ras Mixx, RASMIXX. Check out my Twitter at Ras_Mixx. And we have Kinshok. Find her on Twitter at Kinshok29. Kinshok, are you doing anything with your Twitter?
No. But I do check it.
Okay. You have to come over and I'm going to add the stuff that you like on Twitter so you'll be able to enjoy Twitter more.
I have all that on my other Twitter account.
she's good.
Like my World of Warcraft, all my gaming stuff. That's all on my.
Do it on your. You don't need more than one. Just do the main. Combine the two. No. Okay. All right. Any last words before we shut it down for tonight? I want to thank everybody for watching. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're watching on Twitter, retweet it. Pump the screen, get those hearts pumping. YouTube, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. Share with your friends. Share, put in your playlist. And we're also on YouTube Music. Just search podcasts, Marcy Diamond Show, and you'll see us pop up. Any last words?
Nope.
All right. Love you guys. See you guys next week. And y'all have a good one. And be nice and be good to people. And don't be